Hey everybody, it's Mark Arnstein, Remax Hallmark, and of course, livingnorthtoronto.com. This is vlog number 65, and today we're continuing on why it is so important to build generational wealth. So you might have heard me talk about this before in some of my past vlogs, but I really want to be harping on this right now, and I think it's so important about building generational wealth. As we all know, the real estate market in Toronto is moving at a hyper pace, and it's growing and growing, getting more and more expensive as really literally every day continues to move on and move forward. So how do we build generational wealth? And right now, if you're not thinking about selling, it's fine, not a problem, but you can build that generational wealth by capitalizing on the equity value in your home. Well, what does that mean? Well, let me explain it to you really briefly and really easily. So right now, let's say you have a detached house or your home, semi-detached, whatever, condo, it doesn't matter, whatever it might be. Let's just use a simple number. Let's say the house is worth $1.8 million, okay? Now you might have, let's say, a $500,000 mortgage left owing on it, which means you can borrow up to 80% of the value less what's owing, which means you're gonna have about $940,000 of equity that you could use for a whole bunch of things. You could use it to buy another investment property. You could use it to maybe if you want to do like that dream renovation. If you got kids that are going off to university, you can maybe buy them a property in where they're going to school and then have that as an investment for there. And rather than wasting money on going to rent while they're going to school, you could actually own the asset and then theoretically have other students living with your child that are help paying the mortgage and help supporting that investment property. So not a bad idea. The other option you could do is do a massive dream renovation, maybe something you've been wanting to do for a really long time but haven't maybe thought how it would be possible to do it. Or the other option is you could just buy something later down the road for the kids to help them be able to get into the market, because let's face it, as adults and as parents, we're gonna need to do everything we can to help our children be able to get a foothold into this marketplace, just because of the way things are moving along, the way things are growing, and it's just about getting yourself set up for that future position so that you're in the right spot to make those right decisions. So how is this working? Let's go back to what I was saying from before. Again, we had that home that's worth $1.8 million. We have about the $500,000 of mortgage owing on the property, and you're gonna put down 80% loan to value, which gives you $940,000 which to work with. Now, I'm not saying use the whole thing, because that would be absolutely just crazy talk, right? And you don't want to be left with no real actual equity left owing or having in your property. So let's say we decide to buy an investment property, and let's say that investment property was going to cost you $1.3 million as an example, okay? So you're gonna need to put 20% down, which is approximately $260,000. Now you're gonna have land transfer tax, and because we're in the city of Toronto, you're gonna have both the municipality land transfer tax, city of Toronto's, and you're also gonna have the provincial land transfer tax as well. So that's gonna run you just over and around close to $45,000. Plus you're gonna have your legal costs, so everything, so you're gonna end up borrowing, let's say, $310,000. which is gonna cost you approximately $633 a month, which is based off of the prime lending rate, which is at 2.45%. Now, that could vary a little bit depending on your bank and the amount of money that you decide you are gonna actually borrow, because if you are gonna borrow a bit more of a larger amount, they might be a little bit more flexible potentially in discounting off of the prime lending rate, but that's up to you to discuss with your local mortgage broker or personal banker, whoever you wanna talk to. And if you need help with that, we can help you set that up as well. So anyways, continuing on. So like I said, the interest only on the loan is gonna be $633 a month. The mortgage now is $1,040,000, which is gonna cost you approximately just over close to $4,200 a month, plus your interest only cost, which is another $633, giving you a total of just shy, or just a little over $4,800 a month on a monthly basis. Now, again, that's covering the interest on the loan, plus the current mortgage, which is principal and interest, and that's based off of a 5-year variable rate mortgage. So the reason why I think this is so massively important is, think about this for a second. You love your home. you don't want to leave it. And even if you were going to leave it and you think, oh, maybe it's time to cash out and then I can go into a rental, is you're going to lose way more money if you do it that way. Anyways, when I had this discussion with someone a couple years ago, they thought, oh, we're going to cash out of the house, go into a rental, and try and buy back in again. It does not work. What I'm giving you is the foundation to build exceptional wealth. And look at it from this point. You love your home, you want to save, which we talked about from a second ago. You take money out to borrow, you buy that income property, you want to run it as thin as possible. You don't want to be in a situation where you're making positive cash flow. Just keep it nice and thin, right at break even, because what's going to happen is the property is going to gain in growth of equity on its own in value. And as that property gains growth in equity, here's the cool part. You go back again, refinance that one, pull money out of that, and then you go buy yourself another one, right? And then again, the costs are covered along the way because of the new rental incomes coming in to help cover and offset all the costs. And now all of a sudden you have, from one time alone on your principal residence, you've now taken that money and now you have not one, not two, but 3 properties. So when time comes to retire, you can gift one of those properties to your kids, you could sell it, take the money out from that way, but now you're left in a position of exceptional wealth. And isn't that really kind of a cool idea and where you really want to be? And the other important part of this also too is that if you are self-employed, like myself, and you don't have a pension to retire off of, you've now created your own pension for yourself to be able to retire. Another cool idea. So anyways, I think these are just really some important key points to this, that it is time, if you have not given any thought to this, to start seriously thinking about building your generational wealth, because there's no time like the present. Now, obviously you can see I'm very passionate about this. I really strongly believe in this. I think it's super important. I own a rental income property as well right now, which we're just in the process of getting ready to refinance because it's time to go buy another one. So if you want more information, I would love to sit down and talk with you more about this because I think it's so important. Feel free to DM, email, text, whichever works best for you. We are always happy to chat. And please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us along on social. Be safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching, take care, and we'll speak to you all soon. Bye-bye.